Christian singer reacts to media attacking worship tour. It's a threat to them. They want to keep the church in the four walls, Sean Feucht said. Christian singer Sean Feucht said believers should expect attacks on their faith in 2023 after a newspaper editorial labeled his ministry dangerous. Feucht has led worship services across the country since 2020, when he founded his Let Us Worship tour in response to the COVID-19 lockdowns. Ahead of a stop in Boise, Idaho, last week, an Idaho newspaper called Feucht and his allies dangerous activists and charlatans who wanted to inject their brand of Christianity into government. Feucht told Fox News Digital the newspaper was right, because Christians were a threat to the culture's values. Well, I think they're absolutely correct, Feucht responded. The Christian missionary and activist explained how it wasn't the first time his ministry had faced opposition. We've gotten fined and persecuted. We've had Satanists throw blood on us. We've had to throw our gear into the river. We've had superglue poured on all of our equipment. We've had our generators unplugged. We've had permits revoked last minute for no explanation. We've encountered pretty much any different kind of resistance you can imagine over the last few years, he explained. Feucht believes he's faced heavy resistance because the culture's gatekeepers don't want Christians to have an influence on our society. I think that when you see thousands of Christians show up to the state capitol, and you have Satanists there, you have the drag queens there, you have sometimes Antifa there, and you have all this resistance, why is there so much resistance to the church getting outside of the four walls? He posed. They want to keep the church in the four walls. But the moment that we take a stand, and we take accountability for our state capitals, it's a threat to them. Feucht said the church is dangerous, in the sense that the faithful are becoming more bold in speaking out against ideologies in society that go against Christian and conservative beliefs. It really shows you that there is a group of people with an ideology that hate what we experience, that hate the church coming awake and coming alive, he stated. This is not the pre-COVID church. This is the post-COVID church. We understand that our liberties are at stake. We understand the power of what the government can do to shut us down. And so this is a time for us to rise up in boldness. And I was actually glad that they wrote that. He also found it ironic that the paper went after his worship events, after media outlets called left-wing riots peaceful in 2020. I think it's funny that papers like that don't say anything when city blocks are burned down or rioting is happening. But they accuse the church. I mean, if you saw the videos of that event, it was very peaceful and joyful. And so that's their version of dangerous. I would say we need more of that, he laughed.